Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to be Mark Zuckerberg, a tech wizard, or even remotely know how to code to create your own multi-million-dollar SaaS. Listen, what if I told you that with the right tools and guidance, you could launch your own SaaS platform without writing a single line of code? I know this because I've built and sold my own SaaS companies for multiple millions of dollars, and I currently run Galadon.com, which is another SaaS tool, which is built completely on no-code platform. So today, I'll show you exactly how you can build a fully functional SaaS from scratch using no-code tools. This is likely the video from my channel that'll create the most millionaires, so if I were you, I would watch it until the end and take notes. All right, so you've got a brilliant idea for a SaaS product. Before you dive into building it, you need to validate the idea. Why? Because you don't want to build something just to find out that no one wants it. So first, let's talk about idea and market validation. By the way, I talk about all these frameworks inside of the Digital Nomad Manifesto. I would recommend going to the section on Rage and how to build and grow a business, research, acquire, grow, and sell, which outlines all this in a lot of detail. You can get that on Amazon, Digital Nomad Manifesto. The best software companies are clones of other major software companies. Now, there's two ways to clone things. There's the way most people do it and the way that actually works. The way most people do it is they'd go to Twitter and they would search something like indie maker and they would find what people are building. Here's me building my access to my mastermind, alexberman.com/mastermind. Here's my co-founder on Taplio, Thibaut here. And he is retweeting James Potter. So James Potter is building a podcast database, find, pitch, and get featured on podcasts. So maybe I'll build a podcast database. That's one way to do it. That's not the way that we do it, that I like to do it. What I do instead is first decide on what I'm going to build. I want to build a B2B SaaS, okay? Then I'm going to Google B2B SaaS companies at the top, highest level. Then we're going to do some research. For instance, 36 growing B2B SaaS startups. And I can just go to this list and I can look. Databricks. Okay, what is Databricks? What do they do? Your data, your AI, your future, own them all with a new data intelligence platform. If you're not understanding what this does, don't build the SaaS. Skip it. ClickUp, project management, like Asana. You might want to build a project management tool. Lemlist is a cold email tool. We've talked about that a bunch. They actually are the ones that bought Taplio Tweet Hunter from us. Calendly, Test Gorilla. That's it. You want to look at the fast-growing SaaSes and copy one of them. And the reason why we don't go after indie maker ideas is they're not popular enough. Because think about it like this. If you clone a business, you're most likely never going to surpass that original business that you cloned in revenue. If that's just the baseline assumption, then you want to clone a business with a lot of revenue. If you clone a $1,000 a month indie maker's SaaS, then you might make $300 a month from it. But if you clone a multi-million-dollar SaaS that's making $100 million a year, then you might make $10 million from it. Basic research, that's it. That's all you need to do. So you're gonna find a SaaS that already works and is already super successful that you also have an idea of how to improve a little bit. So for instance, for Taplio, that was just Tweet Hunter for LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, that was Buffer with AI, right? Find a big startup and add your little spin on it. And that's all you need. Now you have a validated market and you can build your entire SaaS inside of that. For Galadon, I had a lot of experience with chat programs. For instance, I did Bot Views, which we sold, which was an AI bot builder. I did Simple Apps, which allowed people to implement live chat into Shopify store. And so I've always thought about these big companies like Olar or Crisp that provide a simple chat box and allow people to pay for it. So I wanted to do that. I'm gonna do live chat. I'm a live chat guy. It's that simple. So the key factors I look for idea market fit are, does a startup exist and is it on track to get to $1 billion or $100 million valuation? Is there something I can improve or change about that startup to make it unique? 3, is it simple enough to build that I can build this thing? And 4, can I identify who the target market is? For instance, for live chat, if we built a better live chat tool like we did at Galadon, now I can do a technology lookup on Built With of Chris, and I can find a list of 1 million websites that use this thing, and then I can cold email. If you don't know where the people you're selling to live, it won't be easy. For Tweet Hunter, they're Twitter people. They lived on Twitter. For Taplio, they're LinkedIn people. They lived on LinkedIn. So we post on LinkedIn, and then we get users. We post on Twitter, we get users. It should be this dead simple for you. If it's not, don't pick that business. And by the way, random thought, I swear that for the longest time when I was trying to grow my companies and sign more clients, The dream prospects I contacted were ghosting me. Deals weren't closing, and I didn't know how to keep following up without looking desperate. So, as the person I am, I put my head down and figured it all out. Staying stagnant while my peers blew up their companies and made millions was not an option. And since money doesn't literally grow on trees or rain from the sky, I had to create a client acquisition system. So far, this system has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars and even made me close fat deals with Tesla, Netflix, HBO, among other titans. I call this system the baking method, and it's a simple system that helps you fill your pipeline with high-paying clients on autopilot. The current price is a steal for how valuable this info is, so I'll probably triple the price in the next few days. Who knows? In the meantime, I'd recommend you check it out in the description below and buy it now. Anyway, now that you've validated your idea, you also need a tool stack to start building this no-code SaaS. For this, you can explore things like Bubble, which is a fantastic way for building web applications, and it's what Galadon's built on. Adalo, which makes designing mobile apps a breeze, or Webflow, which is excellent for creating beautiful, responsive websites with ease. Galadon's site is also built on Webflow. Once you have your tool stack, it's time to start designing and building your no-code SaaS. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure to give it a like. It helps us know if we're making the right type of content. For Galadon, I am not a great designer. So I wrote in a notebook what I thought the app should be, drew some really bogus looking designs. Then I went to Fiverr and hired a UX UI designer to design the interface. They built it in Figma, and then I sent it over to our developer who works in Bubble to build the entire thing out. I boiled it down to its minimum features. So Galadon went through 2 iterations. One, it was a modal that lived on your website. So basically you could talk to it and it would spit things back. This was good for, let's say, coffee shops. If you wanted to build a little bot on your coffee shop website that told people what coffee matched their personality, you would use that modal. Then the next stage, after we got a couple customers there, was to build a more valuable tool, which was the chatbot Pivot. And so then we built it a second time there. Minimum viable product for a chatbot AI is ability to train the AI, ability to talk to the chatbot, and getting leads into some platform. For us, it was just sending them to email. And that's the minimum. That's all you need to start charging. So you want to boil your SaaS down to its minimum viable pieces. And then you can add other functionality as needed. For instance, I layered on Zaps inside of Zapier for things that the no-code dev couldn't figure out. I've used little coding blocks that I've written using ChatGPT. For instance, for our mastermind, for our closers, an invitee gets created, then Facebook gets notified of the event. But then I built this little scraper using ChatGPT. So you take this code, you copy it into Zapier, and now you have a little Zap that you can then feed back out to your app or feed it anywhere. Send it to ChatGPT, format it, etc. You can do a lot with Zaps and build entire functionality. We're using the scraped website information to infer things about the client and whether or not they'll be able to afford our mastermind. Then you're going to test it by doing it yourself. I also like to use Fiverr for this. You can search QA testing and find somebody to test the SaaS for you. That way the QA tester will give you a huge bug report. And from here, you can just send this to your devs and they can patch it up for you to make sure that your SaaS is as bug-free as possible. Then for marketing, I like to use cold email users, which is something I've talked about a bunch of times on this channel. I also like to use my own audience, which is why it's very important to have your own audience if you want to launch things on easy mode. I will just send emails to my list announcing my service or announcing my product. And if there are bites, typically I like to look for 3 sales within the first 7 days. If there are 3 sales there, then I know to double down. If not, then this whole thing might be a waste. There needs to be some kind of tweakage there to fix something before we double down, triple down on it. I also like to use short form video for marketing the SaaS. This one got 12,000 views, got some signups, 15 subscribers, and made $1 in ad revenue. On a trip to Orlando to the world's largest McDonald's, but I don't know what to order. So I built an AI to help us figure it out. Family of 2 on vacation. Easy peasy. Now they'll go in there, they'll see videos like that, and they'll buy your app. But on top of my personal story, there are dozens of other SaaS companies making millions, such as Better Legal, which provides business registration services. Coons, which helps people pay debt with spare change. Or Dividend Finance, which finances people to install solar panels in their homes. And you can take inspiration from them to start your own. Now, let's be real, you have the knowledge to start building your own no-code SaaS based on what I just showed you in this video. But chances are you're not sure of what kind of SaaS to start right now, right? That's why I created this next video for you. I gave away SaaS ideas with the potential of making millionaires out of thin air. but you need to take action fast and be an early implementer if you want to have a chance. So go ahead and watch this next video now. I'll see you there.